Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my updated hero deck profile. I know I haven't done this deck in a while, but I really wanted to touch it up and show you guys what I've done with it. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. Starting off, of course, we do run 3 copies of Elemental Hero Shadows. Shadows is just the searcher of the deck, being able to search out any hero monster, as well as being able to destroy as many spell trap cards on the field, up to the number of elemental hero monsters you control, besides this card, so therefore this card is really good at just clearing back row and late game, or getting you your searches that you need to continue your plays. Continuing on, we do run 2 copies of Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist has the ability that when this card is special summoned, you can then add 1 Magic Change from your deck to your hand. However, this card has another effect that says when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can actually add any elemental hero from your deck and add it to your hand, which is just really powerful. I was actually mistaken. This card does say that it adds any hero, not just any elemental hero, so that makes it even better. Continuing on, we do run 1 copy of Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier because this card just acts as a monster reborn if you normal summon this card. However, this card has another effect that if this card is sent to the graveyard as a fusion material, you can draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card. And to wrap it up, just to be able to get over big monsters, we do run 1 copy of Honest Neos just to increase our Elemental Hero or Hero Monster's attack. Continuing into the Vision Heroes, we do run 3 copies of Ferris. Ferris has the ability that you can discard any other hero monster from your hand just to be able to special summon this card, and then if you do, this card can then put any Vision Hero from your deck to your side of the field in the spell trap zone as a continuous trap. So of course the main target for that is of course the Vision Hero Increase. Vision Hero Increase has the ability of if you take battle or effect damage while this card is in your graveyard, you can place this card from your graveyard into your spell trap zone as a face-up continuous trap. And then this card also has the effect of during the main phase, if this card is a continuous trap, you contribute one hero monster you control to special summon this monster, then special summon any Vision Hero from your deck. So of course the main target for that is Vion. Vion has the ability that when it's summoned, you can send any hero from the deck to the graveyard, as well as the effect of banishing 1 hero monster from your graveyard to add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand, which is just really powerful. Of course, moving on into the Destiny Heroes, we do run 2 copies of Malicious, as well as 1 copy of Denier. Denier kind of just acts as the 3rd copy of Malicious, being able to recycle your banished Malicious and special summon this card onto the field at the same time. So this card is just really powerful, and you can't really play this deck without Denier. And then we do run the 1 copy of Plasma. Plasma has the effect that you can tribute 3 monsters you control to special summon this card to your side of the field, and then it acts as a 1-sided skill drain, forcing your opponent to not be able to activate monster effects pretty much at all, so this card is just really powerful. This card also has another effect that says, once returned, you can select 1 monster that your opponent controls and equip it to this card, and this card gains half the attack of the monster that was equipped to it, so that's just really powerful to make this card even bigger and more powerful than its effect already is. And then, of course, we do run 1 copy of Dark Angel. Dark Angel has the effect of if you have 3 or more Destiny Hero monsters in your graveyard, you can send this card to your graveyard, then target any Destiny Hero in your grave, including itself, and special summon it to your opponent's side of the field. So, of course, the main target is your Dark Angel, because you'd special summon it to your opponent's side of the field, and your opponent can no longer activate spell cards, it negates and destroys them, which is just really powerful. Moving on into the spells for the consistency cards, we of course run 3 copies of A Hero Lives, but paying half your life while you control no monsters. You can special summon a elemental hero from your deck, so therefore you can special summon your Shadows to get any search for any hero, as well as you can special summon your copy of Shadow Mist just to be able to search out your copy of Mask Change. Then of course we do run Reinforcement of the Army because this card can search any of your level 4 or lower hero monsters and add them to your hand, which is just really good. Continuing on into the fusion spells, we do run 3 copies of Destiny Fusion. This card is a 1-card combo for the deck, being able to get you into your Dark Angel. And then we of course run 3 copies of Mask Change to tag out our heroes into our Vision Heroes, which is also really good, especially because we can make Dark Claw to make our opponents not be able to have a graveyard. Continuing on, we do run 3 copies of Super Polymerization. Super Polymerization hasn't really been doing all too well this format. Not many people play it, and I feel like this card is actually just really powerful in the deck because we do have heroes in our extra deck that require just 1 elemental hero and any type. So that's just really good to be able to use your opponent's monsters as well as your own to be able to clear their side of the field a little bit easier. Then, of course, we do run 1 copy of Miracle Fusion, which can special summon a fusion monster by sending materials from the graveyard to the banish zone, which is just really good to be able to recycle some of your older heroes that are in the grave that you don't need anymore, and get out a really powerful monster in return. Then, of course, we do run 1 copy of Polymerization just to be able to search off of our Vion which can actually come up to be an extender if you draw into Malicious or draw into any of your other Destiny heroes. So that card is just really powerful. Then to wrap up the main deck, we do run 3 copies of Triple Tactics Talent, as well as 3 copies of Book of Moon. I have yet to order my 3rd copy of Book of Moon, so that's why this one's missing. But you want to run either 3 copies of Book of Moon or 3 copies of Book of Eclipse. So that's going to be it for the main deck. Quickly moving on into the extra deck, we do run 1 copy of the brand new Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. This card says that this card gains 300 attack for each material used for its summon. Then this card can make a number of attacks on monsters each battle phase up to the number of materials used for this card's summon. We don't really use that effect all too much. The main effect that we actually do use this for is that if this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can then special summon any elemental hero or any warrior monster from your hand or your deck. So that's actually just really powerful, just to be able to get out your Shadow Mist, to search out Mask Change by popping it with like DPE or something like that. And then you can just continue on with your plays from there. Continuing on, we do run 1 copy of Sunriser. Sunriser has the effect of monsters you control gain 200 attack for each different attribute that you control. So it's kind of like Rythoth in the form of being able to gain attack for each attribute you control. However, this card also does have another effect that says that you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Miracle Fusion from deck to the hand. Or, when an attack is declared involving another elemental hero monster, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So that card is just really powerful just to be able to get rid of monsters, as well as search out your copy of course, Miracle Fusion. Continuing on with the elemental heroes, we do run 1 copy of Escorado. This, of course, are the super poly targets. So we do have Escorado for darks, the Shining for light, Absolute Zero for water, which we actually do have a really good use for this card as well, which I will show you guys in just a minute. And then, of course, we do have Great Tornado. Great Tornado is just really good being able to half your opponent's monster's attacks, like every single one of them, which is just really powerful, as well as we do run the Absolute Zero. That this card says if this card leaves the field, you can then destroy all spell trap cards your opponent controls, destroy all monsters your opponent controls, which is just really powerful to be able to clear boards with, and is really good with one of the cards you guys will see in just a minute. Continuing on to the Destiny heroes, we do of course run the copy of Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, as well as Dystopia. Dystopia has the effect that when this card is summoned, you can target 1 level 4 or lower Destiny hero monster in your graveyard, and inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack. So therefore, this card can just do a little bit of burn damage to make it to where you can win during game 3, during a time situation. And then of course, as you guys probably know what Destroy Phoenix Enforcer does, this card allows you to destroy 1 card you control and 1 card your opponent controls, and if this card leaves the field by card effect, or just by battle, you can then special summon this card back during the next standby phase. You do have to declare that effect, or else your opponent can pretty much just claim that you did not declare the effect and did not activate, so be sure you declare that if this card goes to the grave. Continuing on into the Vision Heroes, we do run 2 copies of Darklaw. Darklaw just says that any card that's into your opponent's graveyard is banished instead, and this card also has another effect that says once per turn, if your opponent adds a card from deck to hand, you can then banish 1 card from their hand, or discard technically, but it would be banished by the other effect to this. So this card is just really powerful to be able to rip a card from your opponent's hand, as well as make it to where they can't play with their graveyard. Continuing on, we do run 1 copy of Masked Hero Acid. Masked Hero Acid has the effect of when this card is summoned, destroy all spell trap cards your opponent controls. So therefore, you want to use, of course, your copy of Absolute Zero with Mask Change to go into your copy of Acid, and then it just completely wipes their entire field, which is just really powerful. And then to wrap up the Masked Heroes, we do run 1 copy of Divine Wind. I see people playing Blast instead, but I like Divine Wind because it does have the effect that your opponent can only attack with 1 monster per turn, as well as this card cannot be destroyed by battle. This card does have another effect that says when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can then draw 1 card. So honestly, I think that this card is just a much better target for your Stratos than any other card that your opponent has, that you could run. So honestly, I just think that Divine Wind is a better card to target your Stratos, just so that way you can be able to lock your opponent even more and make it a bit more annoying to play against. And of course, to wrap up the extra deck, we do have the extra heroes. We do run 2 copies of Extra Hero Cross Crusader. This card says that when this card is link summoned, you can target 1 Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard and special summon it to your side of the field. Then this card says you can contribute 1 Destiny Hero monster to add 1 hero monster with a different name from your deck to your hands. You can only use each effect once per turn, and you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except for hero monsters, but that's all we play because the last card is Extra Hero Wonder Driver. This card literally just allows you to be able to add back your polymerization or your fusion cards, or even your mass exchange card whenever a hero is summoned to his own points too. So it's pretty good for being able to recycle those cards. But really, that's going to be about it for that. But yeah, that's going to be about it for the video, guys. Be sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you guys think of the deck profile, as well as what you guys would change to make it even better. Be sure to check out my Twitter down in the description, where I try to keep you guys updated on what's going on for the channel. But yeah, so that's going to be about it. See ya!